Kevin Costner's going to stay in our house.
I doubt it.
That's okay. I don't want him. Unless I can talk to him about the JFK movie that he was in. Then it'll be okay. Never mind. Different podcast. This is the FarmHopLife podcast. I'm Matt.
I'm Kaitie.
So today, episode 3, we're talking about what about the house? When we moved to Montana in 2016, the goal was to always get property, have a house, have a homestead, because that was like my dream that I shared on our first date. And Kaitie was like, "That's awesome. Let's do that."
Can we see the mountains? Let's go.
Yeah, if we can see the mountains, I'm in. Whatever you want to do. So after being in apartments for the first 3 years, we finally built the house. Got chickens and a garden and all that fun stuff. And then now I'm wanting to go another way.
We're just at the point where the house is almost finished. All the little projects are almost done. And now we're going to switch gears altogether.
And that was one of the big reservations that you had when I first pitched this idea. You're like, this is what we talked about for the last 5 years, 6, 7 years. And now you want to change it up. When?
We had this goal. We're going to get here. We're going to have a house. We're going to have the view. We're going to have the land. We're going to have the kids. I'm okay. We're there. Let's switch it.
Yeah.
So I was very on the fence about this whole idea when it first came up.
Yeah, you were like, wait, what? We're doing what now? And so kind of getting over that hump. And for me too, because we love this place. And so it's been the latest up in the air is do we rent or do we Airbnb? And so we were just going to talk about that a little bit. It makes sense to rent for someone to take advantage of other things about this property. If they wanted to have chickens and have a garden, they could, the things that we have here, they could take advantage of. But money, so.
But money. The thing with Airbnb-ing is currently in the area that we live, there's not really a management company that exists. Whereas if you just rented it out to a year-long renter, there is a company that would handle that for us. Because, we're not going to come back to clean when we're out of state for Airbnbs. So we'd need to find somebody that could take that on for us and that we could trust to make sure that we're giving the best experience to our guests that are coming out.
And the prices for both are really high right now. Airbnb much more so. The show Yellowstone films around our area, and they've been they had radio ads and newspaper ads looking for places to put their crew and their cast, and so we're going to look into that a little bit. What did you say to me earlier this week? If they're paying $5,000 a month, we'll figure it out now.
I'll move out next week if they're paying that much. Even
with our current situation to be announced. I'm sure you can figure it out. But so projects, we're now going to rent and or Airbnb. Well, rent or Airbnb the house, probably Airbnb. It really shifts our focus on finishing projects.
Projects more inside than outside, and shifting the focus from expanding the garden and having more animals potentially to, finishing the trim in the basement and putting in a fire pit. And what else was on your list?
Got to give up the garage for right now. It doesn't make sense to do that. Or have sheep. Or have a wood mill or something. Just all the
or
fun toys.
Have more meat birds this summer.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense to do those types of things when we're looking at potentially, hopefully, not being here by next summer.
Right.
So,
yeah, it's been kind of weird, like just having more of like an end goal, like having a finished product. Like it never really bothered me that the house was unfinished, but now that, like, okay, when you walk into the house, what is someone gonna see when, like, okay, are they gonna criticize this? Are they gonna criticize that? Do we need different dishes because they don't like them, or like, do we need matching cups? Like, just stupid things like that. It's a whole different mindset. Was there anything else that you wanted to add on that?
I mean, looking at the house from a perspective of somebody that is going to be paying $200 to $300 a night to stay here, like, there's some things that definitely need to get taken care of within the next 9 months. So, I mean, the goal would be to have everything done and ready by January of next year so that we could really fine tune it and, like, move some of our furniture out, get some furniture that guests could use. I mean, like you said, the dishes, we definitely can't leave our dishes. We need new, like, white dishes.
That's fine. We'll take them with us.
Okay.
And, like, we have a dining room table set that is from Kaitie's great-great-grandparents. It was, like, given to them from, like, their wedding. And so, like, it's not the best table, but we like it because it has sentimental value and it's, like, 120 years old. People don't...
At the same time, if somebody were to stay here and, like, put a big gouge in the top of it, I would be so mad.
Yeah.
Even though it's already kind of in rough shape. But, like, it's a family heirloom, so
right.
We're not going to leave that in here. We're going to take that out. Probably take out some of our, like, couches and whatnot. Get some more stuff so we can advertise, like, more beds. With the pull-out couch. You know how it works.
We'll leave up all the pictures of us, though. All our kids.
Just for a good
wedding
touch.
Anniversary, yeah. So that's kind of our rough plan for the house. I think we just talked ourselves into Airbnb and not renting, just based on...
The tough part is, though, with Airbnb, you know, you could rent this house out for 3 months straight in the summer and then get nobody over the winter. It's kind of hit or miss. So if we could get a permanent renter and know, like, hey, that $2,500 is coming in on the first of every month, that's reliable income. Whereas Airbnb, you got to kind of hope for the best.
It is riskier.
Yeah, it's very risky, especially if that's what you're relying on to pay your mortgage while you're not here.
Right.
So we're just going to bank on Yellowstone loving our house and renting it out for 5 months. And that's all the money we'll need. And we'll be fine. Right?
Yep.
Okay.
Kevin Costner's going to stay in our house.
I doubt it.
That's okay. I don't want him there. Unless I can talk to him about the JFK movie that he was in. Then it'll be okay. Never mind. Different podcast. All right. So next episode, we're going to talk about income. So that'll be fun.
Other than renting the house out, like, how do you make money when you're on the road?
We got a couple ideas. One I haven't shared with Kaitie yet.
It's a surprise.
So stay tuned. Thank you. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. I'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below or send us an email, farmhoplife@gmail.com. Those are always great to read. Like and subscribe as well. But most important is sharing this video. We really appreciate it. You can check us out on all the social medias, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Float, MeWe, and Odyssey. FarmHop.life is where you can see stuff that we post on our social media pages and sign up for our email list so we can stay in touch. FarmHopLife.com is the main site where we will have lots of exclusive stuff that we don't share anywhere else and some merchandise to help us keep going. Additionally, you can listen to the podcast there and add it to your player of choice. Also, where you can sign up for our email list to let you know of new episodes, interviews, or big changes. Check it out. Thanks.